welcome to a general reading. I will still say timeless because it is somewhat a timeless reading, even though we're focusing on 2026 in this reading. So you may want to watch this when you find it, when it's fresh, if you find it when it's new. And you may also want to find this video in the future when it's past 2026 or towards the end of the year, so you can reflect on anything that comes through. So this is essentially a collective general reading. I did a energy scan prediction video for 2026 at the end of 2025. So this video is basically attuning with what is coming up currently. So it's May 14th today when I'm recording this, and there's just some stuff that I want to read on myself. I just want to see what comes out for this year because I'm feeling into some things. It's like a sensitive, intuitive person, and we've got like a bit of war energy. We've got more illnesses and quarantining things happening. So yeah, I would really like to just do a general reading within the year to see what's coming out, if there's any messages. I don't have like super long, and I know with these collective readings, if I start, I don't have like a lot of time and energy today to like do over an hour or something like that. So I might pick this up if I feel like there's a lot of energy. Because yeah, sometimes you start to do a collective reading and then it can go on for ages. But I'm gonna start simple, so I'm just gonna start with Australia. So let's put the focus for the energy of Australia. So this could be anything that's political, anything that is social or environmental. I just want to do a quick spread for Australia. Let's focus. Please bring through any perspective, reflection, guidance for Australia, May 2026 or following. Whew. I can feel the cards shifting. Like the energy feels like it's shifting in my hands. Okay, so a few different things highlighted to me already. Sorry, I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit because I'm like focusing, trying to figure things out. Six of Pentacles is definitely like a breadcrumbing energy, so this is like what is not really reciprocal, what is undervalued, underestimated, what is not, like I would even say the government is not focusing on their energy previously, was not focusing on choices that are for the people. Six of Pentacles, like you have that figure here who's looking at the scales. Yes, that's symbolic, but they're also looking over the other side like, did you even think of me? Like why is it taking so long to get to me? And I'm almost feeling that with the younger generations who are coming up into this world where like the prices are so much higher relative to our income than our parents and the previous generations. It's very unbalanced. Ten of Cups can talk about like finding steady ground, stable ground, setting up foundations, and there are a few cards here of like financial flow and prosperity, but I'm also getting the 10 and the 7 of Pentacles is more giving me the energy in this reading of like inflation, things going up. But I'm getting a side note that money is coming back into our economy, because with what's going on with the tariffs and globally, there could be some shifts within Australian communities like that are creating things that are valuable now. So things that are of value to locals and people overseas. So I'm getting this energy of Australian businesses suddenly starting to shift and do better. But I'm still getting this breadcrumbing energy. Like, I don't think that what I'm picking up in terms of like Australians finding ways to make money off like our resources and what we have, I don't think it has all too much to do with the government or actions from the top down. This is more the individual level, family level, you know, like us. Hermit can talk about isolation, being in isolation. Definitely getting, the reason being financial isolation. Like, people maybe have less like options, momentum, choices currently, but they're still doing the work. Let's see what we get up. I'm switching to a different deck, but still tarot. Page of Wands, Ace of Swords. Yeah, like I'm feeling into community level financial success, like people figuring out how to make money. Justice is out. So like with what we've experienced collectively past years, I think people have a different attitude towards authority and justice. So 10 of Swords is like, if we've say experienced losses within society at the end of following the top-down choices, so if we're doing things by the book for the government, for what we're told, 10 of Swords is saying it didn't work out at all. It's like defeat, loss, hurt. And that's our value now. That's our skill now. That's what's prospering now. It's like we no longer look to where we used to look for value, to create value. And I'm actually seeing like almost a shift collectively within people's focus for resources, for making money, growing things, building things. And I don't think it has to do with the top-down sort of mindset. It's like a different liberation. I was going to reset the deck because I was thinking America. I'm like, I'm going to talk to America next. But maybe let's keep this out. I feel like I am getting US within the Australian segment. 8 of Swords, trapped. 5 of Pentacles is at like a loss, struggling to keep up, injured, hurt, under-resourced, undervalued. King of Cups is giving me like Prime Minister energy. Prime Minister. Where are your thoughts? What you looking at? What are you choosing? It's like almost, I love when you can look at the people in power and just see their energy, their facial expressions, their reactions when there's engagements that they're going to, when they're making deals, when someone's going to another country to meet someone, and you see where their energy and their focus is. I feel like with our government, Prime Minister, I'm not going to say names. I'm hearing the names, but I'm not going to say the names. He's soft enough for you to see when he's like, I don't see him passionate about much. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can see the decision. If your leader is faithless, gutless about a cause or an action or whatever they're doing, because I think we forget that the top down is not the hierarchy, it's the people behind closed doors who run the world, who own everything essentially, who feed into governments and political structures and how they run and what choices are made within these structures and what is allowed through the structure. So King of Cups is almost giving me, I want to say you're justified in trusting yourself and looking at your government, not seeing the decisions on their face, basically reading their facial expressions, reading into the choices that are being made for us, because that's what's going to get us moving in the direction of what is fulfilling. And I see that outcome. So I don't have a lot of time and energy. I'm gonna try and pick this back up and get more specific stuff another time, but I will just quickly shift to US. United States, give us some reflection, please. So how I want to look at this from an outside perspective still. Four of Wands, the Magician, Three of Pentacles. Everything looks pretty on camera. That's what I'm hearing. Everyone's made to look good on camera, but who's doing the work behind closed doors? That's what I want to say. I know these are not the typical. This is not just so you all know. I'm an intuitive primarily. When I do these general readings, many of these cards are visuals, so I'm also seeing two individuals like outside the White House, you know, like making everything look grand. We're holding the postures that make us look like, oh yeah, this is it. We're aligned. I love when everyone in politics is. Do you know this is a channeling mudra? Don't use it. Just get your hands, your filthy, disgusting hands off my channeling mudras. Ugh. I hate you, Trump. Sorry, I shouldn't say anything. Breadcrumbing. Well, I guess I can express myself still. Nine of Pentacles. So I want to say, with war in mind, war being a priority, where's the money and the resources and attention flowing? I don't know what's relevant here, but I'm asking questions like, how much money has the US been spending on military of late? How much time, how much energy, how many men, how many resources, and how well is the average American doing? How much change is happening for you away from what's happening with the military? It's like, is there a priority for the community? Breadcrumbing. Because I feel like that's where the focus has been. It's like the oblivious elites. Sorry. Well, not so sorry. When I say oblivious elites, I mean like the people that have it so cushy. Like they're in front of the White House and they're making all these decisions that affect everyone else. But like, how is everyone else doing? You know what I mean? Like, oblivious to this, oblivious to the community, oblivious to how much strength there is in community, because you have a whole lot of momentum when there's a whole lot of people who are acting and choosing in alignment. Yeah, I want to get focused more on like working class people. What are they doing? What are they choosing? Where's their focus? How is this? It's like I'm getting a feeling of independence, getting by. Some are struggling to get by. Some are like keeping up but kind of exhausted. I'm also getting the similar thing that I was getting for Australia. So it's like there's some flow, there's some financial abundance in resources, creating resources and shifting your focus to how you create resources, especially if there's a lacking of resources in your direct community. So there's a big opportunity for people to make money or have things of value, exchange things of value when they're on a community mindset, when you're focusing on what you can contribute and how you can distribute it locally. Like what is of need right now? If you want to make money, go find ways to bring into your community what is lacking. Five of Swords, I'm also seeing like some people walking away from workforce, so this could be like some industries people are literally leaving. That's why I'm bringing that up. Oh my god, I can't believe I said I hate Trump in a fucking... But I do. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna keep this quick still. I just want to get... Like, I could do Europe very quickly. Like, I hope this is just the first time you're doing this style of reading. So, I literally feel like I should carve out a big chunk of time to have another go at this soon. Because there is so much we could get into. Six of Pentacles comes out in every situation. Every situation. I feel like in Europe the government is more focused on the community level. That's where I'm sensing a difference between all of these. So before, when I'm talking about the energy of the United States and Australia, it's more like, I don't think Australia is always making or willing things that is horrible for the collective, but I definitely feel into this thing of the community sort of trusting their own choices and actions separate to the top-down choices. And then America, US, I was feeling into that very much, very, very, very much. Whereas Europe, it's more continental. Europe is more stable with the working class people, more intact with the resources. Can you bring out a bunch of swords if you need to be worried about lack of resources? Because there's a lot of propaganda. They do distribute things, they do create lack mindset. I just want to like zoom out for a second. Bring me so many swords out if we need to be worried about lack of resources. And other cards, if that's not the situation. So it's like, what? Worlds. Peaceful worlds. I was almost going to be like, is it going to be world war? Yeah, okay, so Europe, the energy, I'm also getting this reflection that there's a better priority of resources here, okay? Like, compared to the US, compared to the countries that are spending so much focus on fighting. How much energy has been wasted on discussions in tarots when you could have the working class producing the resources that we need and share and implement things for the community that benefit them and contribute to the continuous flow of resources and the better increased quality of living that we need after years of isolation and everything else that was a result of that whole COVID situation, economic things. So I'm feeling into Europe, I feel more steady, more stable, more safe. More safe. Yeah. With the Queen of Pentacles out here today, it is talking to some people being like she's not really looking at the coin, she's holding the coin, she seems to sort of have everything, but it's more getting this other thing of like quality of life now. Purpose in life now. In Europe, this is more on the mindset. It's like some of you are getting by great, doing what you're doing. This is outside war zones, obviously. But there's this sense of like seeking emotional fulfillment in life, and that I feel is more on the conscious governmental people. They're more conscious of this. They're more interested in like new initiatives and things to bring into the community, like alternative methodologies or sciences and even entertainments, etc. Like this is what I'm feeling more into Europe. So this is good. I will close this out soon. I'm sorry it's so short. Like I feel like it's not touching on much, but it helps sometimes because we get all this propaganda on the news and we don't know what's the actual like full picture. If you have like a channel on the TV that is focused on everything going wrong and everyone who is like a little bit ignorant or hateful and is attracting like things, and you just watch tragedies at the end of every day, you're gonna feel pretty fucking stressed about your reality. But if you zoom out on a collective level and sense, what the potentials are, where you can direct your focus, what you can align with, things start to shift. I'm just gonna see if I get any random channels. Heart space focus, healing focus, collective healing focus, prosperity begins. Feeling into like a reconnection. Healing hands, fertility. There is definitely the potential for some very fertile things to happen. Not futile. I mean, there's futile stuff happening in some places. But what is human consciousness a match to at this time? Is what I want to ask and say, because people have learned to speak their truth, vocalize things, express how they actually feel, and this leads to shifts in society because our focus is there, our expression is there, we can be seen if we're heard if we're vocalizing ourselves. So yeah, I will leave this reading here. I hope it served some purpose, some reflection. Until next time, I'll do another one soon.